Apparently, there is a rare species of lizard that not only looks like a dinosaur, but also behaves exactly like one. Its name is the frilled dragon. It looks extremely dangerous, but despite its terrifying appearance, I found a website that legally sells exotic animals, and this dinosaur was one of them, available for just $800. So, I decided to buy it. I'm going to build a home for it and try to keep it as a pet. I don't know how difficult this will be because, as you've already seen, it literally looks like a monster. Just look at it. So let's buy it. In this video, we'll find out whether a dinosaur can actually be a good pet. I'll even take it outside like a dog. This video is going to be a lot of fun. But before that, I'll have to wait for it to arrive, which will take about a week. So in the meantime, let's build its dream home, with everything it could ever need. To do that, I already have a lot of supplies. Building the dream enclosure. First, I prepared a glass enclosure. Now it's time to build the dream home, and there are 5 total steps, starting with the background. To create the background, I sprayed a lot of foam onto the glass so I could stick pieces of wood to it. I'm basically creating a jungle-like environment, because frilled dragons live in jungles. To complete the jungle look, I covered everything with soil and wood chips so it would look natural and beautiful. As you can see, the wood and soil already make the tank look natural, but honestly, it still looks very brown and lifeless. So let's fix that, starting with the floor. I know I just complained about everything being brown, but for the floor, we do need brown soil. The best way to get high-quality soil is by using compressed coconut fiber bricks. It doesn't look like much at first, but once you add a bucket of water, it expands into a huge amount of soil. Finally, I mixed in some real dirt, because that's how jungle ground really is, right? Okay, now it's starting to look like a jungle, but there are still some important things missing. So let's move on to step 3, plants and decorations. Plants, moss, and decoration. First, I have 2 different types of moss. I started with carpet moss, which comes neatly packed in a small container. I always thought moss looked like dry grass, but it's actually a living organism that will grow over time and fill the terrarium. That's pretty amazing. I also added another type of moss for variety, and honestly, it looks incredible. It really brings the terrarium to life. But if I want this place to look like a real dinosaur habitat, I need even more plants. Real ones, with leaves and flowers. So obviously, I got in my car and went to the best plant store in the city. And if you've watched my channel before, you already know where I'm going. People once made fun of me for buying plants from Walmart, but they have an amazing selection. So thanks, Walmart. I bought some small plants and one big plant that I knew the dinosaur would love. While I was there, I also saw Lego plant sets. And since I love Legos, I bought those too. When I got home, I quickly assembled the Lego set to see how it would look in the enclosure. Yeah, just kidding. It looked terrible. I don't know why I wasted $50 on that. So I removed it and placed the real plants instead. Now the tank actually looks good. Climbing wood and technology. To finish the decoration, I needed a large wooden branch placed diagonally from the bottom to the top so the dinosaur could easily reach the heat lamp. But I didn't have a long enough piece, so I went outside to find one. I needed a thick, strong branch, something that wouldn't break under the dinosaur's weight. Finally, I found the perfect one. I grabbed the biggest knife from my kitchen and got to work. After about 30 minutes, it was done. I washed it to remove dirt and insects, cut it to size, placed it inside, and added more wood around it. And just like that, the decoration was complete. But of course, I wasn't done yet. I needed to add some technology. First up, an automatic humidifier. Frilled dragons need high humidity, and this system sprays water to keep the enclosure moist. Perfect. Next was something very high-tech, a water bowl. But here's the truth. Frilled dragons don't actually drink from bowls. They use them as bathrooms. Yes, really. So to actually give it water, I installed a small water pump connected to pipes. When turned on, it creates a flowing stream of water that the frilled dragon can drink from. Finally, I added heat. I installed a powerful heat lamp and a high-quality UV bulb that mimics the sun's UV rays. I added another heat lamp for extra warmth. With a thermometer, I checked the basking spot. It reached 100 degrees Fahrenheit, which is perfect. To maintain heat and humidity, I covered the enclosure with aluminum foil. The home was finally complete.